Hi, this video is a part of Machine Learning from Scratch playlist. In this playlist, I explain different machine learning algorithms implemented from scratch using Python. You can download the relevant Python files from the link given in the description of each video. Note that I do not code along, rather I make use of pen for explaining the tricky parts of code so that you people can read the notebooks and understand them yourself and of course re-implement them yourself. I'm expecting my audience to be well versed with machine learning general understanding, and they just need little help with the implementation part. In this video, I'll explain hierarchical clustering. Let's jump to the whiteboard and Jupyter Notebook to understand this idea and implement it in Python. So the basic idea of hierarchical clustering is to divide the clusters in form of hierarchy. So clusters are divided one after the other in the form of hierarchy. If we look at the data, we will find out that there are about 8 clusters. This is the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth, sixth, seventh, and this is the 8th one. Using k-means, suppose we use k-means to find out the 2 clusters. So k-means will combine all of these 4 clusters into a single cluster, and the other 4 clusters into another cluster, this second cluster. But in hierarchical clustering, what we will do is we will take this first cluster, we will take the data inside this first cluster, and we will give that as an input to the k-means. So in k-means, again we will divide this data set into 2 clusters. So this first cluster will be divided into, consider these 2 clusters, and this second cluster will be divided into, suppose, these 2 clusters. So this cluster is further divided into cluster 1 and cluster 2. However, these clusters are still containing mixed information, and we have not purified the information yet. So what we could further do is that we could extract the data out of this first cluster and then give it as an input to the k-means. Then we will divide this data set into 2 clusters again. So what it will do is it will divide this blue cluster into these 2 clusters, and this second blue cluster into again these 2 clusters, and this will happen for all of the blue clusters. Now, so this cluster 1 and cluster 2 will be again divided into 1, 2, and this cluster 1 will be divided into 1, 2. This one will be divided into 1, 2. So this is what we mean by hierarchy of clusters. Now, the basic idea is to do clustering. The clustering part could be done by any of the algorithm, but we are using here k-means. And we divide the data set based on clustering. So whatever the clustering that we have done, we extract the data out of that cluster. Once we extract the data set, then we do again the first step. We again further cluster the extracted data set for each of the cluster. So this is how the whole process works. So the technical part is doing clustering using k-means. If we understand the implementation of k-means or any other cluster, then hierarchy part is just extracting the data out based on this cluster and doing this cluster again and storing the results and again extracting out the data set and giving that data as an input again. So this thing is recursive until and unless we find out, we achieve our desired accuracy. The cluster interpretation is pretty much clear. So it will depend on domain to domain, on the level of granularity, on the level of hierarchy, on the level of depth of hierarchy, to how much extent do we want to go, and how much branches do we want, and all of the details are actually domain specific. But the basic idea is very simple, where we just extract the data and do the clustering again and again. And as far as k-means is concerned, so we have already discussed this k-means, and I have made a video where I have explained this k-means. So I'll not explain it again. Rather, we will make use of scikit-learn's k-means if you are interested in implementing it yourself. So I have rather explained k-means plus plus, where we make use of smart initialization to initialize the class centroids as far away as possible. Kindly have a look of that. Have a look at that in this, and that video is present in this machine learning playlist. So the basic idea is to initialize the cluster centers in k-means. We assign the data points to the nearest cluster. We update the cluster centers based on the assigned data points using the mean value. So we iterate these steps again and again until we converged. So there is a local minima problem, so we do random initialization again and again. So one of the things. Secondly, we do random initialization in such a way that the class centers are initialized as far away as possible. So this is what we call k-mean plus plus. I think so this idea is clear. Let me encode this part where we extract the data set, because this is the main crux of hierarchical clustering. Once that is clear, then everything is clear. So this is what I was talking about, where we are having cluster, and these clusters are again divided into subclusters. This is why we call it hierarchy of clusters. So basically, this is the main function. If we understand it, all of the thing is clear. Now what we do here is we given the input data, we do the k-means clustering, having two number of clusters. We fit it. We find out the cluster assignment for all of the data points and the centroids. Given the cluster assignment, we extract the data for both of the cluster having label 0 and label 1. So we call one left child and another one right child. We extract the data frame and the data sparse matrix. We are dealing with sparse matrices. Why? Because we are dealing with documents, and in documents it's better to use sparse matrices because of computational efficiencies. Once we extract that out, then this function is used again and again, where the input is not all of the data, instead this left child or the right child, and this will happen again and again. Once we give this left child as an input, we get the left child and right child for this left child cluster. So consider initially this was the root, all of the data was given to this function, so we achieve this left cluster and this right cluster. Once this left cluster is given as a root, so we will achieve this next left cluster and right cluster. I think so this part is clear. Once this part is clear, then all of the other details in this notebook is regarding the application. So it has nothing to do with the logic. Here we are importing all of the dictionaries. We are importing the data frame, where this is like Wikipedia documents. So we want to cluster the documents. So this is like TF-IDF vector for that documents. We are using Theory Create, which is a kind of a combination of scikit-learn and pandas. Then what we do is we have written a function to convert this into this data frame, this into a SciPy sparse matrix. We are dealing with sparse matrices, as I have already explained for computational purposes. Once we do it, then what we do is we write this function, this important function. After that, we are just applying that by partition function, and we are extracting out this left child dataset and right child cluster dataset, and we are exploring this left child dataset and this right child dataset. And once we explore it, we try to interpret these clusters, that what is inside these clusters. And for different domain application, these cluster interpretations will be different, because we are dealing with language data with documents. So we humans can understand these documents and can interpret it very easily. So what we do is we look at these data set and the content of it, and we visualize. Basically, this is a function for visualizing this document data set, and this is specific to these Wikipedia documents. It has nothing to do with hierarchical clustering. You can look at it. So what we do is basically we retrieve the 8 nearest neighbors based on the top 5 words of TF-IDF and in each of the cluster, and based on those 8 nearest neighbor documents, we try to find out the content in each of the cluster, and we try to name each of the cluster. In this way, once we look at it, we find out that so in this example, once given the whole Wikipedia articles for a clustering, the 2 of the clusters are non-athletes by artists, and the second cluster is actually athletes by artists. So in this recursive by partitioning, we take one of the child or one of the cluster, and we further divide it into different cluster and analyze those documents also. So this cluster was further divided into athletes and artists. Now this thing goes on again and again, and this interpretation is usually not easy all the time. So be aware of that, and it will depend on domain to domain where you want to use this hierarchical clustering, that how you want to interpret it, how you want to stop, and which cluster do you want to further explore. So this is it. The main function is this only by partitioning, where we are extracting the data out based on the clustering label. I think so this is the most easy part. As far as k-means application is concerned, so I think so this k-means application is also easy once you have a look at that video. If you don't want to implement it from scratch, then I think so this function of scikit-learn will do the task for you.